Hello everybody and welcome back. It's been years, the most requested series ever. Finally it's back. You can stop with the messages. Private Purgatory. It's what you've all been waiting for. So as we always say, this series cannot live without you. So make sure to submit your funny, hilarious games. The email address is in the description below. It's privatepurg@outlook.com. Make sure it's that one because otherwise we won't ever see it. And this time I have a very special guest with me, Rangru.
Hello, hello, hello!
Make sure to subscribe to his channel. His link will be also in the description, and in a few days there will be another episode going up on his channel as well, so make sure you follow that. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with Private Purgatory, there's also the playlist that you can check out with episodes we've done previously. And in short, this is basically a rip-off of Bronze League Heroes in which we cast the very best of the very worst, and we just try to have a good time. And yeah, so this time around we have Kyu-Maru Shiki playing as, I believe, either Blue Dragons or simply a Japanese deck on Blue 4. And on Team 2, we have Very Hard AI, who is tryharding as a Baltic front. So, Rangru, what do you think we're about to see?
Well, I thought it was actually tryharding as a very hard AI, but we're gonna have to see that soon, I guess, whether he can, you know, guess your unit movements and snipe your guys before you even shoot, you know? But, yeah. I mean, I do like his map quite a lot. It's one of my more favorite runs of Wargame, just due to how, you know, he at least got 3 central flag positions and he got some pretty interesting terrain to fight over. But yeah, I want to give it more to Red 4 more than anything, just because of that Baltic front is really nasty.
It is, especially on this map. Baltic front can take advantage of the forested and close terrain, spam KTs in key positions. So it is, yeah, favored to win right off the bat. But then again, this is Private Purgatory, anything can happen, so expect the unexpected. And as we can see, the Blue 4 opening,
okay,
I think we know where this might go. It's a very interesting employment. There's a 2 Kyu-Maru Shiki start, gun tank, and 2 Pip 2s, with the Hachis and the Ninja leading the way. So this is a very odd tank rush. Normally you see a heap of spam units, but not this guy. This guy is going all in with the heavies.
Yeah, those BTR 40s really didn't stand much of a chance, unfortunately. And I do like how Very Hard AI is just swinging around is so cool. He's probably going, res the enemy.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna go to the enemy base, I guess, as he's just flying around. I mean, we don't even see the Echo CV or being captured. And same with Charlie, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair, the meta has kind of shifted in 1v1. People stopped buying early CVs, probably in fear of helo rushes. However, yeah, Very Hard AI most likely notices that this is not your usual 1v1 game and that something is very off right now. So he has pulled his forces down from, what is this, Golf into Foxtrot. He's trying to set up a defensive position to try and stop this. But Kyu-Maru Shiki here is, yeah, this isn't your average tank rush, is it? He's very careful with those Kyu-Marus. The Sokol in the meantime is in alpha. I'm not spotting the CV yet.
Oh god.
The Syria went down to that overwhelming AA.
Oh wow, yeah, the Eyehawks actually did something, which is...
Yeah.
I mean, not to be too surprising, but considering how close they are to the front line, they're usually something that get killed pretty quickly.
That is true. Although, one thing to note, I'm pretty sure the Syria fired on the Nana Yonshiki CV, but it only left it on 1 HP.
Yeah, it
That
did.
is huge.
But what's he gonna do with a CV? I mean, he can get it into Foxtrot to get some easy caps, but you'd think with a CV like that, you might as well just try to put it in Echo so you get the +2. That seems to be the safest and best choice.
I'm thinking his plan is Delta, you know. I'm not sure.
Oh, like neutral. Yeah, like rush it across the southern road.
Possible, but he got stopped pretty hard by that M2 Wilk and the Panzeri Akari, so he's just trying to mop it up now. The Sokol in the Blue 4 spawn, though, got killed by the closed arrow. The CV was spotted, however, I think, because they did fire off a few shots. Yeah, meanwhile, this Blue 4 push, still going strong. There's got an optical failure on the Kyu-Maru Shiki. And oh, the Panseri Akari missed a side shot, I believe. And then there is the Spike. Also got a hit, but Spikes are kind of low AP. So, yeah, won't really do much to this Kyu-Maru.
No, it's just going to be enough to ward it away for now. And the main thing is that the very hard AI has done a very good job of keeping Hachumaru Shiki, however you bloody say it, just from really doing his initial rush. And as we're seeing, he is actually starting to exploit the northern flank and getting some light mechanized or motorized reinforcements up north.
Yes, exactly. Although I would say this is definitely a bit late. When you see your opponent doing something like this, you want to be exploiting that much sooner in the game. So these forces he pulled in Foxtrot, he hasn't really done anything with them. They already could have been in Echo or Alpha, trying to neutralize the CV. But as we can see, the plan of Kyu-Maru is just going strong. And in this case, I believe what... Oh, he does kill one though.
Oh, side shot. That was a side shot.
Yeah, that was well played.
Lucky.
However, what very hard AI should be focusing on is just locking off this bridge where the spike is. So just put some Panseri Akari there and the bridge near the fob. Make sure that these tanks cannot cross. That's what very hard AI should be focusing on here, I think. And he's doing a good move sending those 2 KTs to the blue 4 spawn.
Oh yeah, it's a very good move. He's pretty much has no opposition there. The nannies or nanas missed him by a little bit. And he knows where the CV is, so he could just rush up and unload directly on top of him.
That is true.
Have a good time.
But now, there is nothing to stop this tank rush from reaching Delta. Could you even call this a tank rush?
It was a very slow rush. It's more of like a tank, like Trottle.
Yeah, that would be a fair point. Gun tank leading the charge. The CV on 1 HP, that is incredible. Is going to cross the bridge. Meantime, the KTs unload over the Bonbu. Panseri Akari straight in his face is definitely going to chew him up in a second. So Kyu-Maru is only on 1 CV that is left on 1 HP, and there are spikes in Charlie who can almost get a sight on it. If the spikes spot the CV, it's over.
Oh yeah, because it's last CV and that's just automatically.
Yeah, but now very hard A. Oh, he moved the CV. He moves the CV. He buys the units. No. Why did he move the CV? Oh my God. Oh no, the LVTPs they spawn in Delta. This could be the game changer. It all depends what happens with these spikes. If the spikes can kill the CV in time, very hard AI could get this game.
No, the Ninja needs to be on a Bloodhound, just sniffing around Delta, trying to find out 1 CV. Same with the LVTPs, that's really gonna make or break. The Kyu-Maru Shiki so low in fuel.
As it always.
He has a lot of gun ammunition. He is the sentinel, the right knight to that CV to make sure that he doesn't go down. But reinforcements are getting sniped by that last Spike ATGM, yo.
They are.
May delay.
But I feel like the focus is these Haibyung that just unloaded from the LVTPs. That was such a mistake to move the CV. I don't know why he did that. As you said, yes, this Kyu-Maru could have run out of fuel and then it wouldn't be able to kill the CV. But now it all depends whether if a very hard AI can get these XAs back from Golf to defend the CV in time, he might be able to save this game. Or if he gets the spike to kill the Nana Yonshiki CV. But oh no, the gun tank actually kills it, and the other spike misses the shot on the Kyu-Maru twice in a row.
Yeah.
That is very unfortunate.
I wasn't expecting a match 7 minutes in to come down to such a sudden death already.
Yeah, anything is possible in Private Purgatory, so...
Yeah.
That's incredible. He loses both the spikes here, doesn't he? Yeah, the Kyu-Maru can now fire on it.
Yeah, super heavy meta still going in strong.
Oh no, he loses the spikes. He could have killed the CV. Another Haibyung, they see the CV and oh, it's over. Kyu-Maru takes this game.
Oh. It was like it's like an opposite helicopter rush. It was like a ground rush. It went very slowly, but still had the same result of just end up being a base trade.
Yeah, that was a very close game. Very hard AI could have definitely taken that game had he secured the bridgehead a bit better. However, I need to confess a little secret to everyone. Very hard AI is actually George S. Patton, so I think that makes this replay that much better. Patton got tank rushed.
Yeah.
by a bunch of Kyu-Marus. That's
And you couldn't
hilarious.
snipe yet.
No, no, he was close though. He was on 1
It,
HP.
it, it was very close. I do like how both players were playing very meta of the 1v1 meta of not even capturing CV's points, but having 0 CV points in the entire match. Essentially, they were really playing high level play in that regard.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great opening game, I think.
Yeah, it was a
Perfect
good warm up.
yeah, perfect to come back to. A short one, but nevertheless, we do have more in store for you, so make sure you stick around. And welcome back to game 2 of today's episode, and we have the returning legend, the one and only, the meme himself, Karagoth. This time playing on Team 1 with his favorite deck, Israel. Nothing's really changed. And on Team 2, we have Hitomaru Shiki again, playing with his probably the same strategy we saw in the last game, but we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yeah, he's got the eye hawks, he has the gun tanks. I saw the Kyu-Maru Shikis for a second, but he's gonna split them up for a little bit of extra micro play. So this is actually, I think, a pretty decent map to do that strategy, as you can literally just rush down the highway. You got the crevice covering you. And
Yeah.
I've seen, like, good plays where you just rush down the highway and, sneak into the enemy base.
Yeah, strangely enough, Highway produces the most entertaining private purgatory matches, so it's no wonder we get this map submitted plenty of times. But it's a good note on the split of the Kyu-Marus this time. It looks like Hito has learned from his last game, and he's adapting. He's improving his tank rushing abilities.
He's evolving.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call this a tank rush, to be fair, because
No.
you snipe 1 or 2 key units and it's kind of over, isn't it? So it's a very risky strategy.
Yeah. Do you think it would work better with medium tanks? Because I feel like with the Kai or like heavies, at least you have a lot of staying power. But yes, like one good, helicopter ATGM or attack run will just shut you down.
Yeah, yeah. Normally, you could mix in a heavy with your tank rush, but you want those plenty of mediums up front. And then if I were to tank rush, I wouldn't call those 2 hawks. I would just replace them with more gun tanks.
Yeah. What if I was to tank rush with like 20 T-34s at the start? Would that be a valid strategy?
It's hard. Your opponent has to be really bad for that to work.
Sorry, I'm just so used to Steel Division, that's what I usually do.
Well, T-34s are a bit more powerful there, I would say, so...
Yeah, they're very
Makes
good.
sense, yeah. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the Karagoth's deployment. Oddly enough, Karagoth used to be the star of Private Purgatory, very notorious and infamous for his helo cheese, for his shenanigans and sneakery, but you'll be surprised to learn that Karagoth has reformed a bit. He's actually playing the game a bit more standard nowadays.
Okay.
As you can notice from his deployment, he's got Zeldas, Drakons, nothing too extraordinary. Merkava 2Bs, Hammer with some infantry, and he's looking to split his forces between Charlie and Bravo, it looks like. And he only has 1 Reke with, I assume, Maglan going up the top. So and a Bastard. So yeah, not the usual Karagoth plays. It is really him, by the way. So
Okay. Why do you open up with an S priority fighter at the start?
oh, it's very common on this map. Let's say your opponent is spawning Helo infantry CV for Foxtrot, you can snipe it. Or it also helps on this map when you have the ASF to detect an early Helo rush.
Okay.
Because this is one of the rare maps where Helo rushing doesn't really work that well. So it gives you plenty of time to prepare. So ASF opening on highway is pretty common. It's nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense. I guess in this case it wasn't a good payoff because he had nothing to kill with it, so he's down like what? Like 100? How much is a Baz?
It's exactly 100, I believe.
Oh,
But
okay. That's not bad.
in the I think the information return you get, I think, is very valuable for those 100 points. Because you know that there's no helos on the field. Except the Ninja, which has stealth, so I don't think the Baz was even... Yeah, couldn't even spot
it is literally a ninja, to be fair.
it. Yeah, quite literally, so...
Yeah. I'm surprised we can even see it.
Yeah. Looks like Karagoth is sending the bulk of his forces to Charlie. It looks like he wants to take Golf right off the opener. And he's only got some light forces for Delta to defend. He has captured Bravo. Meanwhile, Hito is completely ignoring Foxtrot, which should be a red flag for Karagoth already, that your opponent doesn't have the spawn. It's usually a sign that something isn't right.
Yeah, it's such an important spawn to hold on to just for the obvious reinforcement, but I do like how we are seeing play up north in Charlie and Goth. When I usually cast regular matches, Charlie and Goth is always just Baron. Everyone's just always fighting over the meat grinder at his delta.
Yeah. Usually Charlie or Golf will go to either player. Yeah, one player most likely gives one zone up, and then the other just basically has free real estate.
Yeah.
Looks like that's the case with Karagoth this time. He's just gonna take Golf for free, but joke's on him, because Hito doesn't even care about Golf. He's got a different agenda.
No, he's going to Alpha, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, he's even got Flamethrower.
Yeah, that's an
Beautiful.
interesting choice. He will zone off the Shayatet and the HVMS. So yeah, that's quite an interesting choice for the rush. He's kind of hurting his own units though. Oh, the Kyu-Maru and the Shayatet, that might be close. He could get a side shot there. He doesn't. They were engaging the Haibyung, so that was well played by Hito there. He could have lost one already.
Yeah.
And we have the Nanayon Shiki CV still going strong.
And more importantly, the Ihawks are taking the charge.
Oh, yes, they are. One died to the Shayatet.
Yeah.
However, that revealed the Shayatet to the Kyu-Marus, which in turn gets them melted. Karagoth, in the meantime, is unloading his Givaris in Charlie. Not sure if that's the right move. You want to be either taking all these forces, trying to cut this off, or trying to make a move for Foxtrot, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to be slowing down a bit.
Yeah, I feel like Karagoth is not properly responding to this, at least not in time. He buys a 3B for Alpha, which is a good choice. However, Hito outnumbers him because he's got 2 Kyu-Marus, and I'm pretty sure the Kyu-Maru dominates the 3B anyways. You either need a Baz or you need a lot of cheap infantry with high AT that could defend this Pikud here.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 Kairus are really just such a, you know, like the boulder in this push here. Or if he just snipes a Nana, that pretty much like takes a lot of the threat out of not losing the command zone. Even if he was to lose Alpha, though, he still has Bravo he can fall back onto, which is the nice thing about this map.
Exactly. However, he definitely should be trying to take Foxtrot, because even if he loses Alpha, as you said, he can then take Foxtrot as a spawn. He will only lose access to a air spawn, but maybe it's not really that needed this game, who knows. And yeah, the Merkava 3B does not stand a chance here, gets absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, just the Kairus are just on a roll, but of course they are starting to run a little bit of fuel. They all have just enough to get into Alpha, and heck, they could probably just steal some fuel from the FOB.
True, but you see, Hito, he is thinking ahead. He bought a supply helicopter to refuel his Kyu-Maru, so it's flying all the way from the other side of the map through the middle, trying to come here. Oh, there was a double stack of Teflas going down to the Hawk. Hawks are no joke, and then Karagoth's just trying to retreat this Pikud, and yeah, I might as well, because it's gonna die anyways.
Yeah.
Running away.
There we go. Alpha goes down, he's lost his home spawn, and now he's going to have to fight an insurgency from Bravo. You know, he still has good central control over the map, but just looking how this will eventually develop, he's just going to get hit by 2 flanks, which is not an ideal situation. Yeah, he did get CV out, which is nice.
He did. However, here's Karagoth's crucial mistake. You see how Hito, he's bought a Nana Yonshiki for Foxtrot. Karagoth should have already been in Foxtrot.
Yeah.
Basically hold both of the spawns, and yeah, even if you give control to both the air spawns to Hito, you have the conquest advantage, because he can hold the middle, and it's basically just playing a game of Siege from airland battle at that point.
yeah, exactly, and the middle part of the map is pretty defensible. I mean, Bravo and Foxtrot are on high ground. You can get some good ATGM and tank positions and just snipe anything that gets close.
Exactly, yeah. So he could have the advantage. This Tefa could intercept the CV, actually. But yeah, Karagoth very slow with his response. His forces in Golf are only moving up now. He did lose the Pikud that was trying to save from Alpha because the ninja spotted it, and then the F1 intercepted that. But yeah, now Karagoth in a very, very bad spot actually. Only has one CV, one spawn. And as you said, he's going to get pushed from multiple flanks, and it's not a good position to be in at all.
No, not at all. And I feel like the Tafazaz, the Cobra in Foxtrot, should be able to kill this Nanayon Shiki. He's
Definitely.
very close by.
The Vulcan can more than chew through that armor.
Yeah, and yeah, there we go. He spots it, and it should go down. But will anything spawn in Foxtrot? It is the question. Looks like not.
No, there's AH-1T spawning in from Hotel, but it can't really deal with that Cepha unless they get into Vulcan range.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the CV will go down here for Hito, so that's a good pickup by Karagoth. A bit late on that response, but he's got Foxtrot at least neutralized, and that's huge for him, because the last thing he wants is the opponent to have 3 spawns.
Yeah, it would be very bad on his part. But yeah, it is just kind of turning down into a game of Siege. He's having to hold 2 flanks from 2 different sides. It's actually a very interesting, state of play. You don't see a sort of situation happen all that much in a regular war game match. But of course, this is private purgatory and anything goes.
Yeah, this is not your average war game match by any means.
No.
Karagoth, however, still persistent, trying to get his old spawn back. He's got a 2B and a HVMS, trying to clean up some forces, but these Kyu-Marus are refitted and ready for some more action, so they're being sent back in the highway to deal with this attack.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the Ninja is trying to inch up on Bravo, get recon, but oh, the Macbeth, good purchase there, right on time to get rid of those exceptional optics. Anytime you can deny vision for your opponent, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, and it's a good thing he did get like a small little, just like defense fort along his flank just to stop anything sneaky like this from happening, as those HEMSs are in a pretty good position to just,
exactly.
transport.
However, they don't have the HE to deal with that infantry, so he needs to buy something that can deal with that Han.
Oh yeah, they don't even have HE ammunition. That is unfortunate. But I do like how the HVMS is another long legacy of what can we stick on top of an M113.
The good old Gavin.
The good old Gavin. Ah. Do you remember the guy who used to only play with M113 decks?
I do. He created the M113 challenge as well. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. I remember doing it. It was like a pretty fun challenge.
Yeah.
Just only M113s. It's a terrible deck, but you can actually kind of make it work.
Definitely, you have all the tools necessary. You have AA, fire support, transports.
Such a versatile platform.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, Hito is kind of being stalled right now. He's not really making moves. He's trying to go for the Bravo spawn point itself, it looks like, with his Kyu-Marus. Meanwhile, he's not really spawning anything in Hotel, which allows Karagoth enough time to get a CV over there, which should put him in a very good spot, actually.
Yeah, really. Yeah, just looking, like, I'm zoomed out, like, there's, like you said, there's really not much in Hotel. If Karagoth could actually go and capture Hotel and do a base swap, essentially, that would be very good. However, his problem is the fuel issue, as a lot of his dudes are almost out of fuel, and he doesn't have an FOB anymore, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, definitely. But also, he doesn't really have any substantial forces. All he has is HVMS, a Drakon, and some Givati, and maybe the Blazer. It's definitely not enough to fight against the Nanoyonshiki, the gun tank, and considering that Hotel is right there, so Hito could buy anything to counter Karagoth with there. Karagoth needs to capture Foxtrot, build up a force, and then maybe take Hotel to really secure his place in this game. But also at the same time, he has to ensure that Bravo doesn't fall. Because, yeah. If
F1 racer in the sky.
Ooh, what's he going for? He's probably spotting something with that Ninja. Most likely the TCMs. It's a good pickoff to get. Oh, the 2Bs actually. He's going for those. Yeah, that was a nice run. Yeah, a good run. Kill the TCM.
Yeah.
There's
And
another
yeah,
F1.
it's actually a pretty good situation because he has knocked down Israeli air superiority, and the anti-air is pretty mediocre for Israel, I would say. So
Yeah.
he can actually, I think he can take advantage of just using airplanes and
Oh,
it's placed to hell and back.
you're absolutely right. The Bass purchase is completely worthless now because Karagoth has no air spawn. So that's 100 points down the drain. Yeah, absolutely.
So he definitely is in a good position to siege Karagoth from the sky.
Yeah, but Hito's making a really good move here. He's not attacking Bravo, the zone itself. He's making sure to attack the very spawn point so he can
Oh.
trap Karagoth. And then, yeah, make it impossible to reinforce Bravo, and then he can actually siege it.
Yeah.
So,
I do like how on this map, no matter if it's European escalation, airline battle, the main strategy was to just, camp the spawn point.
yeah,
It always has been. It always has been.
some
Get
things
along the
never
flanks.
change.
Yeah, never change.
Actually, in airline battle and European escalation, it was even worse because there was a massive forest here below Echo. So you
Oh,
could sneak
yeah.
infantry right on the spawn point, and your opponent would never even see it coming.
Yeah, I remember in European escalation when infantry still had grenades. Like I think it was
Oh
like some
yeah,
Czech dudes were just like, there was like a building right next to the spawn point, and they would just every time
yeah,
something would spawn, grenades would just blow up everything I get.
yeah.
This is when I was terrible at the game and I didn't know what hell to do.
It used to be right here, yeah. You could just park up infantry and just kill anything. Yeah, good times. I really miss those days.
Great balance, Eugene.
Yeah. Oh, the seed. Will
Oh,
it kill the Macbeth? Yup. No, it won't actually.
no.
There's 2 out of 2 missed.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hito's making the right plays here. He is still sieging those Merkavas with the K1s. Wow, they're actually so bad. They can't even kill this. Oh, but that's 4 top armor, so that makes sense.
Yeah. The Merkava does have that big, fat, juicy engine in the front, which makes it
Yeah.
extremely tough. In my opinion, it should be like what, 24 frontal armor at least.
In the very least for this 80-point
Yeah.
tank, yes. And
Yeah, of course. I think that'd be balanced.
exactly, exactly. A note to all tank designers out there: put your engines in the front.
Yeah.
It's OP.
It's just free armor. It's like free real estate.
Exactly.
Oh, we got the peace pheasant
Ooh,
being very
2
peaceful,
for
yeah,
2,
knocking out two
nice.
Merkavas.
Nice. But yeah, you absolutely nailed it. We can see how Hito is dominating Karagoth with the superior air power here because Karagoth has no response. He's only got TCMs, he can't buy an ASF, and the Kyu-Marus are now sniping everything that spawns here. So it looks like over time this spawn might actually flip.
Yeah. But the main thing here is that Karagoth is still getting a +1 advantage, and he does have the majority of the sectors in his map control, so to speak. And yeah, he's going to
Exactly.
be bringing London to Echo. So he can really just sit here, play siege and defend, and just buy time, because if he gets all these CVs, he's going to be up to a +4 advantage.
Absolutely, yeah. The map control is for the time being definitely in Karagoth's favor. His worry right now is this Bravo sector.
Yeah.
He's got no way of spawning units there, so he has to reinforce through Foxtrot.
Yeah. But
But-
I don't see Bravo or Foxtrot really flipping. Of course, this is private purgatory. Anything can happen. But they have such well-defended areas that I think it's going to be hard to try and, siege it and get close, so to speak. I mean, you are seeing some JSDF Rangers sneaking by, but with the Syets, yeah, that's going to be a bit tough.
Well, it depends how Hito plays this, because if he just buys some helos and bombers, he could easily flip Bravo, because there's only 2 Shayatets defending here. There's that door ban, which is really useless there because it's at an incline, so it
Oh,
can
yeah.
only shoot at something that comes up the hill. And it's also being a spike, it doesn't really have that much AP. So if Hito is to bring some heavy tanks there, like a K1A1, he might. But I believe he's playing pure Japan. I'm not seeing any South Korean units, so I think
Yeah, definitely
he
seems
doesn't
pure
have the
Japan.
K1s in the deck. It's just
No.
a Japanese rush deck, a banzai deck, so to speak.
Yeah, I always have a lot of respect for people who play like pure national decks. It's always like very fun playing with a very limited arsenal, I find. Like I
Yeah,
try to play Canadian decks and it doesn't work, but I want to make it work, god damn it. Those Chimeras will do something one day.
well, it forces you to use the tools you have a bit
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is exactly what I mean. Those F1s being put to perfect use, snipes one Shatet, and I feel like Karagoth is not really playing this too well because he's buying CVs, and yeah, you get the tick, but you're over time going to lose ground. So I believe what Karagoth should be doing is either trying to get Hotel back, or not back, but rather from his opponent, or either try to defend Bravo. But he's just been buying CVs. He hasn't really been trying to counter this this assault that's happening on his left side.
Yeah. I feel like if he does, I mean, with a +3 advantage, it'd be like 5 minutes. or so, I'd say, for him to win. Or maybe a little bit longer. I can't do the math in my head. Off
I'm
the
not
top.
sure. I think is +4 100 points a minute? I have no
It's
idea.
every like 5 or 7 seconds you get the.
I don't know the spreadsheets. I'm
It's
sorry.
too much math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can check
It's, yeah.
the spreadsheeter channels for that, because yeah, we're not too versed with the numbers for this.
Yeah.
But now we have 2 Hybeing squads being unloaded that will try and take Bravo from Karagoth. We have 2 CVs being bought for some reason. There's 1 CV going to Bravo, and there's also another spawn right now. So I'm not sure if Hito didn't realize and bought it by accident. But yeah, as you can see, this is not going well for Karagoth. The F1 being called in again. No response from Karagoth at all. Another chat that goes down. Hito's taking this without any losses, actually.
Yeah, he's doing this like very bloody well. The aircraft has just been super on point. And I definitely feel like with Karagoth buying all CVs, it's definitely kicked Hito into action as he cannot sit around and wait for the points to tick down, so to speak. So Captain
Definitely.
Bravo would definitely be a huge boon, because then he can really start putting aggressive plays into the center of the map.
Yeah, absolutely. And when Hito unloads the CV in Bravo, it's Karagoth's only going to be at a +1, but even that is going to be questionable for how long that lasts. But it looks like Karagoth is finally making a move on the right side of the map. He's got 2 HVMSs moving with 3 Zelda support. That is surely enough to take out the zone, which is defended by APCs, infantry, gun tanks, and tanks of all sorts. You even have PSAM there for some extra AA in case any Cephas try to support this assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, and looks like Bravo completely fell. Very, very well played by Hito here, parking the Kyu-Marus on the spawn point itself. We saw those 4, what were they called? I forget the recon tank name, but yeah, basically cut off any reinforcements for Karagoth into Bravo, so they had no way of actually defending that.
Yeah, definitely did a very Sun Tzu approach of cutting off the supply lines and then going for the head after they've been, you know, well, drowned out. Not drowned out, like hungered out, so to speak, in terms of reinforcements.
Yeah, perfect a siege analogy.
Yeah, you know, I think Hito's definitely been reading a little bit of Art of War.
Most
You know,
definitely.
rushing down roads, taking the enemy by surprise. You know, this is top tier gameplay from both sides.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what Karagoth will do to come back in this game. He bought a 3D Baz. Now this might be the game changer here. It all depends what he does with this.
Oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's a super duper heavy Israeli tank, which can actually take on the Kayus. If he goes to Hotel, he can definitely wipe out everything there, but of course the air power will eventually knock him out, I feel like, because that would be such a high priority target. Or he could hook it left and try to fight the Kayus, but even then, it's a 2-on-1. He does have an ATGM, which does give him standoff advantage, but yeah, I do feel like you're correct, and I think this will be a very important unit in how he plays it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see how useless the Israeli AA defenses are. That AH-1 actually killed the TCM with no problem, only took 1 damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, Karagoth really would have relied on that air superiority, which he unfortunately lost. But it looks like Karagoth's plans are to take Hotel, so we might end up seeing a base swap scenario here, which would be actually hilarious. Drakon trying to kill this Cobra. He does with the second missile. In the meantime, looks like Hito's running a bit out of steam. He's got some Hachis being sent into Delta, but they're just getting slaughtered by the Maglans and the HVMSs. But yeah, he hasn't moved up his queues. He hasn't really bought much from Bravo, only 1 closed arrow, so he's not really taking advantage of the fact that he has that spawn. He's being a bit complacent, and he hasn't really bought any defenses for Hotel either, so I'm not sure what's his plan here.
Yeah, he really needs to try and put pressure on one of these flanks. Like, if he puts his pressure from Bravo onto Delta, that could at least lighten the load a little bit on this attack, which will happen in Hotel. But if he just sits around and does nothing, Karagoth can secure the Hotel point, bring out his aircraft to try and knock out the enemy aircraft, and then he can just play a standard, albeit base shots maps of trying to secure the center, And currently, Karagov still has good map control over the center. So if he knocks down Hotel, he'll be in a very good spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely would be favored to take this game if he does manage to do that. However, he's slowly losing material advantage in the middle. Units were sniped there. And considering he bought the bulk of his points for this hotel assault, he hasn't really been able to invest in defenses that will help him maintain that early map control that he had.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Kyu-Marus are moving now. Again, they've been refueled, but they're already on half fuel. Oh no, never mind. They aren't. They're on 900. Yeah. So we'll see what this assault goes for. Probably just try to take the middle control and flip it to Hito.
Yeah, those Kairos have been on an absolute marathon this match. They ran all the way from the to the enemy spawn, and now they're having to make it all the way back to the original spawn.
Yeah, they'll have quite some stories to tell to their grandkids should they make this battle out alive.
Yeah, one day on this highway to Seoul, we went to Seoul and back. The gas prices are ridiculous, let me tell you.
They spent a lot for sure. Yep. Okay, so the Macbeth got sniped by the block. It was going to support this Merkava, but it looks like Karagoth got no time to lose. He is unleashing his assault into Hotel. Hito buying another Kyu-Maru Shiki there to defend, which is great. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you get 6 Kyu-Marus in a Japanese national deck.
I believe you get like 2 cards, I believe, right?
2 cards, and because of the availability bonus, that's 3 per card, I think. But I could be wrong.
I want to say you're correct.
Yeah, shows how much I know this game after 7 years, I believe. The Echo CV went down, actually. It was spotted by the Rangers, and I think killed by the Peace Pheasant, though, which does go down to the Drakon. So that's a bit of use there to Karagoth. It will definitely help him. The more planes he can kill, the better it's gonna go for him. Merkava and Kyu-Maru exchanging shots here. I think, yeah, the Merkava definitely outclasses this tank, but if it can hit, which...
If it can...
Oh, and the HVMS got a nice sight shot on it.
Yeah, we go.
And now...
Merkava's getting hits now.
Absolutely. I believe Karagoth might take the spawn. There's no response out of Hotel, really. And, well, there's that one Macbeth there, but I believe like an AH-1T could do a lot of damage here. And the CV does reveal itself by firing on the Zeldas. So Karagoth knows where it is.
Yeah,
another
backing off.
Yeah, the F1, but I believe it's too close to the spawn. Yeah, you see he couldn't fire off his missiles in time. So the Macbeth is actually gonna be very useful here. One Kyu-Maru went down, but another is on the field. Merkava is still on full HP though. Yeah, you can see the F1 is not able to get a shot off because it's way too close here.
Yeah, you gotta love the raw game plane AI, and there we go, it does go down.
It does.
That's a very good kill, but the Merkava's gonna have to fight another Kairu. I mean, damn, the Kairu is already down to 3 HP. Yeah,
and this Merkava is on 7, so I believe Karagoth is able to get the spawn. Unless Hito can buy another one. Oh, there we go. That's the perfect purchase for this now, especially with the Macbeth so far behind. Now these Drakons and the Macbeth have to race to save this Merkava. Oh, but the CV goes down. That's perfect. Even if he loses this Merkava, it's fine. He does actually lose it.
I believe it was a side shot.
It was. Lucky. Yeah, definitely. Oh, but the CV, will the missile hit? Oh my god! He kills it! No! No! So close yet
the
so...
Hail Mary.
Oh, that Cobra, that was amazing. That was MVP. That was so clutch. Karagoth must buy another one, but now it might be too late because the Kyu-Marus, they've reached Foxtrot. And the 3B isn't gonna stand no chance here. This is just gonna be a gangbang. Oh my god, that was... Ouch. Another Pikud is spotted by the Rangers. What can Karagoth do here?
Run away, that's all he can do.
Oh, he's fast moving. Will he get out in time before the Kyu-Marus cross the field? And like he turns the corner. Oh, but he dies. That was
like a chase scene on an action movie.
It was like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
Oh, but there is a Pikud.
Oh, it snipes. Oh, no, never mind. I'm an idiot. Ignore me.
Oh, you thought it was another CV getting shot?
Yeah, I thought, but it was...
No, just transport. Karagoth managed to buy a Pikud last minute though. So he's still able to take hotel. And it looks like we have a base swap situation. The Maglan is actually wreaking havoc in the backlines of Hito. It killed something, I believe maybe the transport that put this Banbu here. But now the Maglan is spotting the Echo CV and it's forced to move.
Yeah.
So it's at least buying Karagoth some time, forcing Hito to recalculate what he's doing. But now it's basically a race. Who gets to hotel first? If these Kyu-Marus get there, it's over for Karagoth. If the CV makes it to hotel in time, he can maybe buy a Peten or some, I don't know, ATGM carrier that can deal with these Kyu-Marus. Karagoth must be floating a lot actually by now, considering he hasn't had an air spawn. He hasn't really been buying that many units. And the fact that he has no spawn and just getting his collection even further up.
Yeah. I do like how those Kairus have literally went from one side of the map to the other now.
And back.
They actually did it. But this is a race for time. This is like a goddamn action movie. It's a race for
really
time.
is.
CV's trying to race Kairu. What's probably going to happen is the CV's probably going to reach the bridge and then it gets spotted and the Kairus will have a fun time shooting them.
Yeah. Oh, but what is he doing? He's pulling them back.
No.
Oh no. The CV Neko is on 1 HP, however, the Maglan was intercepted by the Rangers and the Block 52. He is pulling those Kayus back. Definitely could have intercepted this and just ended the game there, but now the hotel spawn, which was originally Hitos, is now going to belong to Karagoth. And we have a base swap scenario 30 minutes into this match. Which is hilarious.
Oh, it only took you 30 minutes to, get the enemy spawn Karagoth, But yeah, what an interesting development this match has become. I've never seen gameplay like this in years.
You don't see this in Steel Division, do you?
No, you do not see it in Steel Division at all. It's much more just big blobs fighting other big blobs.
Clearly this is the
maneuver.
Superior game.
You're starting to convince me.
I told you would love this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very happy you've decided to bring the series back, because this is phenomenal. I'm loving every minute of this. And this could go any race still. Like, Hito is getting that +1. He can overtake Karagoth pretty quickly. It's only like a 40-point, 50-point difference or so between both. And yeah, Foxtrot's knocked out. Like, this isn't looking good for Kara.
Yeah, but you're right, it could go either way, because Karagoth, he has the point advantage still, and only 10 minutes left on the clock, so... Depends how Karagoth played this. He might be able to get this back. If he's able to stabilize Foxtrot, he's got Charlie and Golf still under his control. If the game is grinded to a halt, to a stalemate, then it might result in a draw even, who knows. Anything could still happen. Finally, we have the same Baz from the start of the game.
It's like, oh, finally, I can come in.
Oh, you remember that Reke that Karagoth started with?
Yeah.
In Alpha? It's just been sitting at the top of the map for this whole game. It didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's just like the entire top of the map of this map.
Yeah.
It's just entirely pointless.
Exactly.
Except for helicopter Russians.
He could have done something in hotel earlier. Oh, but the Baz did go down actually to the closed arrow.
He's got a second Bazio, so he's gonna be a Baz attack again. But no aircraft.
What's he trying to do with it? Trying to gun run the CV, but that's not gonna work. that was.
Yeah, it's very desperate.
Yeah, very. He doesn't even need to do it. He just needs to stabilize Foxtrot. As you said, just buy a bunch of helicopters, maybe even helo rush him. Who cares at this point, right? Might as well just end the game.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get blacklisted for helicopter rushing like just late into the match, right?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't know if Karagoth really cares about status on the boot camp, to be honest.
That's a good point.
Oh, these 2Bs, these poor 2Bs getting slaughtered.
Yeah, it's just running right into the Kairus, which have been absolutely MVP. It's a shame we can't see the kill list.
Yeah,
I feel like they've done a lot of work. They've been the real powerhouse for Hito this entire match.
Definitely, and he's kept them alive as well, which is very impressive.
Yeah, and like still on full. I mean, they've been resupplied, of course. That's why on full HP. But even then, they haven't really been shot at much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now with Foxtrot belonging to Hito, I feel like Karaggoth has kind of let this opportunity slip. Now it's very hard for him to come back in this game. He needs to knock out Foxtrot no matter the cost.
But here comes Barack Obama trying to block the Hachi Nanashikis. Will he do it?
Oh, he misses. And then he loses vision too.
Thanks, Obama.
How unfortunate.
How unfortunate, yeah. The air power for Israel not doing all that great.
Oh, he gets one at least. He could have gotten both there. But one is probably better than none.
Yeah, a great play for Karaggoth, but I'm actually sad that one of those Kairos isn't going to make it till the end of the match.
True, true.
Yeah.
At least one won't live to tell stories to their grandchildren.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Hito's on the +2 now. He has very good map control over center. Karaggoth still has control over Charlie and Golf, but it's a very... not much, yeah. He's going to be bringing up a heli CV or infantry.
Yeah,
CV
I feel like that's just wasted points. He should be pushing Foxtrot.
Yeah.
You cannot let Hito have this spawn.
Yeah, I feel like at this point Karaggoth is just kind of buggered.
Yeah,
Doesn't really have the time or momentum to make anything happen. Against a +2 at least.
yeah, you may be right. It might be too late for Karaggoth here.
Yeah.
Especially the spawns. But Karaggoth is very persistent, so he won't throw in the towel just yet. Still going to try to make something happen at least.
Mm-hmm. You do have the F-16s flying about, looking for a perfect target here. The Marashiki's gonna go... Oh, Hachi Kaiyoshiki. All very weird of all these Shiki Kikis. Sneaking around Gofir.
A lot of
He's gonna have
sneakies.
just enough fuel to try and find her
Ooh,
party.
barely.
I've never seen fuel been such an important aspect of a war game match in years as well. It's just, I always thought it was such a useless mechanic. But it's actually proven to be a very interesting gameplay mechanic in this match. But yeah, the F-16 managing to kill one of the Israeli planes, but does shoot down a Japanese one in response.
Yeah, the Baz went down there, and
Yeah.
the Hachi does find the CV in Gulf, but there's another one for Karaggoth there, so
Yeah.
he might just unload it back in Gulf again. Yeah, and Kurnas coming out now, definitely a bit late. Trying to kill the supply trucks to prevent the Kyu-Maru Shiki from resupplying. Which is a good call, decent call, but I feel like all these expensive purchases should have been probably some more infantry, something, or helos. Just try and swarm Foxtrot, just try to take it.
Yeah, you definitely needed to get that ground ASAP, because if he got Foxtrot earlier, cap it, then he could put like decent brass on the Delta and Echo. And even if he didn't fully capture it, he could at least neutralize them, which would buy him time, as Karaggoth just needed time 10 minutes ago. And now he's really out of time.
Exactly. He's let his initiative slip.
Yeah.
By being a bit complacent, but I think he just got caught off guard and didn't really know how to wiggle out of that situation.
Yeah. To be fair, if I feel like if I was in that situation of being rushed like that, I would have no idea what the hell to do. It's like, oh god, there's two super heavy tanks rushing down the highway right towards me. But I did a normal maneuver and tried to attack the CVs. He's not allowed to do this. This isn't fair. And then I just lose my CV and crit 5 minutes.
Yeah, just throw in the towel at that point.
Just throw in the towel. Yeah.
Oh, but well played to Hito. He definitely has got his strategy perfected. He knew exactly what to do and how to pull it off.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
that was a very good rush.
Yeah,
I do like how it worked in this case. It's a very risky maneuver, because as we mentioned earlier on, with the super heavies, you're just kind of buggered if you lose one. But at the same time, the super heavies are super good at blowing up everything that's not heavy.
yeah, exactly. It's all about that few key unit. If you lose either the gun tank or the Hawks, then the rush is basically just stalled.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see, Karaggoth, he bought another Pikut for Golf, but it at this point it's too late to even bother with CVs. So the Hapak was 100 and something points, and the Pikut is another 100 points. That could have been Cephas to try and swarm, kill CVs, and just try to cheese your way out of this, basically. Once there's 10 minutes on the clock and you're in a weird spot, desperation kicks in, so you try to do something. But buying CVs and Bazes and Kurnases, I don't think paid off for Karaggoth this game.
Definitely did not.
Yeah, letting Foxtrot slip was bad for him.
Yeah. We did spot the Foxtrot CV at least, so this would be a perfect time for a Kernas strike, but it's probably
Yeah.
still reloading.
Yeah, absolutely. But at this point, Hito is already 485 points up, so I don't think Karagoth can really come back from this at this point. The Barak
No.
comes here, but what is he gonna go for? Maybe the Kyu-Maru? If he still spots it. Misses. That Barak
Yeah.
is awful.
Yeah, and surprisingly, the shot tanks just got shot up.
Yeah, and there we go. Oh, oops. We have 500 points for Hito reaching the target limit. And unfortunately, Karagoth has been knocked out of this game. But it was a wild ride. We saw a base swap, which you don't see every day.
No, that was a completely insane match. We just saw such awesome use of maneuver between both sides and how they really use the full map in terms of not the dead space up north to their advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. But as we said, Karagoth should have definitely kept the initiative up and could have taken a hotel a lot sooner. And maybe if he had stabilized Foxtrot, he would have been good to go and win this game.
Yeah,
but
especially.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, sorry, but especially early in the game, just holding that, he had a lovely center position. All he needed to do is hold firm and just hold until relieves, until just get the CP points and win, and just try to survive a siege from two flanks.
Exactly. Yeah, he was in a good spot. But Hito, he outplayed him. He did the classic Karagoth, because back in the early episodes of Private Purgatory, Karagoth would always camp the spawn point itself. And it's just so ironic and poetic to see it happen to him this time around.
Yeah.
It's times are changing, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, but anything goes in these episodes.
Yeah, especially if, new updates for War Game soon, which is still, I find, insane 5 years later after the last one.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. This is a really strange timeline, but I'm just glad it's happening, and yeah, I think we can wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching this. This could not be possible without you, so make sure you submit your wackiest games to the email linked in the description. We cannot do this without you, and thanks for being the community that you are, because we're just having a blast doing this, and yeah, we're just grateful for the opportunity. And we hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you in the next episode that will go up on Ranguru's channel in a few days. So make sure to subscribe, make sure you follow that PP playlist, check out the other episodes if you haven't, and as I already said, submit those games, and we'll see you in